somewhere on your journey of awakening. Maybe after a deep spiritual moment or a quiet breakdown of who you thought you were, something inside you shifted. Suddenly, what once felt normal started to feel strange. You saw through the lies, the patterns, the noise of the world, and then came the silence. At first, that silence felt holy. It was like stepping out of a burning building into fresh, clean air. Felt powerful, peaceful. But then, slowly and quietly, the meaning you once held on to began to fade. Not in a dramatic way, more like a slow dimming, as if your soul turned off the lights and forgot to turn them back on. You stopped chasing things. You stopped trying to impress anyone. Not because you were sad, but because something inside you felt deeply tired. It was a strange kind of peace, but also a strange kind of stillness. And then came the question, why do I feel so empty now that I finally see the truth? Nobody warns you about this part. We're told that spiritual awakening will fill us with purpose, that seeing clearly will light us up with energy. But for many people, especially the sensitive, the deep thinkers, the seekers, it can feel like the opposite. It empties you out. It scrapes away your false desires until you can't even recognize what you want anymore. And in that space, it's easy to confuse awakening with apathy. I remember talking to a friend, brilliant spiritual, someone who had read all the great thinkers like Eckhart Tolle, Krishnamurti, and Alan Watts. She had just come through a dark night of the soul and told me she could see through all the illusions. Identity, success, even love. But just 2 months later, I found her lying in bed, staring at the ceiling. She said, I used to cry about not doing enough. Now, I don't care if I do anything at all. I thought awakening would set me on fire. Instead, I feel extinguished. Carl Jung, the father of analytical psychology, spoke about this exact feeling. He called it the sacred space between the death of the ego and the birth of the true self. It's the chrysalis stage, like when a caterpillar turns into formless goo before becoming a butterfly. This is not failure. This is transformation. But many of us mistake this in-between phase for going backwards. It's not. In this emptiness, something deeper is forming. A quiet voice. A new energy. Not driven by ego or the need to prove anything, but by the soul's own truth. This isn't about despair. It's about the moment after awakening, when your old fuel runs out, and your new source of purpose hasn't yet arrived. Jung once said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Losing your motivation isn't the end. It's the beginning of becoming real, not a mask, but a soul. Awakening doesn't give you bliss. It gives you truth. It strips away the false self, burns the old script, and leaves you in the unknown. But in that unknown, your real self starts to rise. In Jungian terms, this strange stillness you feel is actually sacred. It's a pause, a space between who you were and who you're becoming. In this quiet space, your soul turns inward, rewriting the story it wants to live. But our modern world doesn't understand this kind of stillness. Carl Jung warned that society is afraid of it. Instead of facing it, we try to avoid it. We distract ourselves, numb ourselves, or even medicate the discomfort. Why? Because real transformation doesn't always look like progress. But what you're going through is not going backward. It's not a breakdown. It's a breakthrough, a spiritual beginning. Not depression in the medical sense, though it may feel similar. It's your soul saying, I can't keep living a life that doesn't feel true anymore. Jung believed this is how the true self begins to form. Most people don't talk about this part of awakening, the part that comes after the insight, the quiet that comes after the light. But that silence isn't empty. It's full of meaning being reshaped. If you can stay with it, listen to it, and stop trying to rush through it, you'll see something deeper taking root. What feels like lack of motivation is actually the start of real alignment. The world might tell you you're lost. Jung would say you are being remade into something more real. If you've been feeling like you're drifting, like your spark has gone out, know this, you are not broken. You are in a deep, inner shift that most people don't have words for. It's a transformation that doesn't just change your thinking. It rewires the whole foundation of who you are. Your old goals, deadlines, and ambitions may now feel empty. Not because you're lazy or unmotivated, but because the you who wanted those things is gone. The mask you once wore, the need for praise or success, it's dissolving. And that's not failure. That's growth. Jung knew this would happen. He saw that for most of our lives, our energy comes from the persona, the version of ourselves we build to fit in and be accepted. But awakening reveals that the persona is just a performance. Once you see through it, it no longer excites you. You can't chase approval once you realize the applause comes from a stage built on illusion. That's why your old dreams might feel strange now. They were written by someone you no longer are. It's like an actor walking off stage, forgetting their lines, not because they're confused, but because the script no longer matters. You're not lost. You've just outgrown the fuel that once drove you. What you feel now is not emptiness. It's space. A sacred pause where something real is about to emerge. Not something built from pressure, but from presence. The ego pushes. The soul waits. And in that waiting, something holy begins. Jung said the goal of life is not to make the ego stronger, but to integrate it into something bigger. The self, your deepest, truest being. This is called individuation, the journey from pretending to being. The self doesn't care about fame or validation. It only wants to live in truth. So after awakening, your mind and body begin to reject anything fake. That includes jobs based on fear, relationships based on roles, or goals based on insecurity. Even your vision board might stop making sense. This inner shift can feel freeing, but also confusing. You're letting go of what's false. But what now fills the space? Jung warned that many people get stuck here. Some awaken and escape into spiritual bypassing. They float above life, call everything meaningless, and disconnect. But real awakening isn't about escaping the world. It's about living in it more honestly. The soul doesn't want you to disappear. It wants to show up fully through you. But before that happens, you stand at a threshold. Jung called this space the gray zone. A strange place after awakening, where nothing feels clear. It doesn't look beautiful. It doesn't go viral. It just looks like sitting quietly while the world rushes by, unsure of how to explain who you are becoming. But remember, you are not failing. You are in between. You've stepped away from your old identity, but your new self hasn't fully formed yet. This in-between space isn't wrong. It's a sacred time of change. Our culture often mistakes stillness for laziness and silence for failure. But this is where true transformation begins. Carl Jung called this shift enantiodromia, when something becomes its opposite. After pushing yourself for years, your mind and body collapse into rest. This isn't weakness. It's part of your growth. You're like a caterpillar in a cocoon, no longer crawling, not yet flying. This goo phase may feel dark and confusing, but it's where real healing happens. Old emotions and needs rise to the surface, not to hurt you, but to be seen and released. The ego wants answers and action, but the true self gently whispers, "Be still. I am forming." Eventually, something quiet and powerful stirs inside. A new kind of energy, not from fear or pressure, but from truth. It doesn't scream. It softly guides you. You begin to move not to prove anything, but because it feels right. This is the symbolic life. No longer chasing, but living in deep alignment with who you really are. Carl Jung called this way of life symbolic living, not fantasy, but a return to soul. You begin to trust dreams, intuition, and meaningful coincidences. Life becomes a quiet conversation with something deeper, not a loud chase for control. You stop asking, "What should I do?" and start asking, "What feels true?" Ambition doesn't disappear. It becomes devotion to what truly matters. You act, create, and serve, not to impress others, but because your soul says yes. This new energy is calm, steady, and real. If you feel like you lost your spark after awakening, you didn't. The old fire made space for a deeper flame, one that won't fade in hard times. This is not the end. It's the beginning of becoming who you really are. If these words touch something in you, share your story in the comments. You never know who might need your light. And if someone you know is silently struggling, share this with them. Real love never asks us to shrink. Thank you for walking this path. Remember, your most important relationship is the one you build within. From that place of wholeness, everything true can grow. Until next time, keep walking the path.